He's trying. There he is. The hand of best. It's the hand that feeds.
Well,
Feeds? He's the best. He doesn't feed.
These lands are always a good time, and of course, directly in front of me, I mean, I've got Incon and Weekend wearing a Fat shirt. Don't even know where Fats is, but these are a lot of fun. Kret's going to make his way back to the team. Team Eager want to talk a little bit before they get into game number 2. They're going to discuss a little bit of strategy, maybe changes to picks and bans. I don't know. Everything seemed to work out.
Yeah, their picks were really good. It really showed that they were really aggressive. The Krakens, and like Bart said too, the Whirlpools.
The Whirlpools.
Yeah.
The Whirlpools were great by Lassiz and the Whoops. We didn't talk about Zapman that much that game. We said he had that really good whoop, but he played very well all game for sure.
Freya needs to be banned against that, man. I would say. It just looked like.
Yeah, the thing, remember what I said, though, in the beginning, that Eonic's best god is Freya?
Right.
So they might not want to ban it.
Right,
They might want to try to go for it.
But
So,
I mean, like Medusa was, like, pretty bad, and then, like, Ram was pretty good, pretty average, and then Freya was like, okay, yeah, it's that, man. Right, the Apollo, too. The Apollo was, like, pretty good as well.
Right.
But that was the first really, I'd say, standout performance. Serket is going to be the first ban coming out of Eager here.
No surprise there. They've banned this almost every single time, not just here, but also during the SPL.
Well, don't expect to see Serket really, I would say, again this season. Yeah. If so, it would be based on a desperate need for counterpick in another situation.
After the blink nerf, we will probably see Serket again.
I understand that the ability to blink initiate and disengage really quickly is what puts a really skyrocketed her.
Yeah.
But I think that one of the things that's that is maybe overlooked because of that is the fact that not only is this like one of the best junglers in terms of damage output and gank potential, it also brings the anti-heal, which is getting more and more value as healing reduction became less easy to build into. So I like because of that, I don't think that you'll see her get through very much either still, because you can basically knock out two big things at once, which is a good aggressive jungler and an anti-healer.
Yeah, we see the Freya ban, so they don't want Zap to play Freya again. But going back to the Serket, I feel like if you're grouped up against a Serket and she has to use her 1 or her 3 to get in, and if she's not blinking in, you can kill her. So that's the thing.
True.
So I feel like she's definitely way stronger with the blink, and once it gets nerfed, she's definitely going to be a lot weaker than she was.
Well, Eager showing that they are not willing to play against Khepri, which is interesting here.
Yeah, well, Jigz is Khepri. That's what everybody's saying. Like, Jigz is Khepri.
Well, we saw him play it once, I want to say?
Twice against AFK.
Was it twice? Okay, it was 2 in a row. That's right.
Oh, no, we saw it once against AFK, and then we saw it, I think, against Enemy.
Because he won one, lost one with it, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, the Khepri, as we said, a lot of just hours being put into this character on the side of Jigz.
So here's what I ask you. As we get into this one, John is going to give it away to Team Solo Mid +1 here for the Geb. It's basically like, I know that a lot of teams prepare picks and ban strategies. And they're pretty prescriptive of, like, we take this, if they take that, we do this. I mean, how much of that do you think is the case? Like, is it really, like, almost a formula where you're looking at these kind of A-B trees and saying, okay, they're going to do this. They're going to go global when we first pick Geb, so now we're going to go new off, Xbalanque. You know, like, what's the – is it really that, like, dialed in, or is there a lot of wiggle room based on how the draft is going?
I feel like it depends on – how much players you have that can flex gods, like soul lane gods. Like, we know Omega can play this Geb. I don't think we're going to see him play it, but
in the solo lane?
In the solo lane, yeah. Remember he played it against.
I remember it, but like,
I'm not saying he will play it this game. Yeah. But I'm just saying the ability to flex pick is what makes the wiggle room available in pick and ban. But yeah, looking at it, you say they're going to pick this, we pick that. So
that's what this feels like here, right?
Yeah.
We pick Geb, they pick Janus. Maybe Thor, maybe some other kind of mobile jungler. We'll still take the Poseidon. Cripple's still good here, and we want the Xbalanque Geb lane. That's fine.
Well, the reason they took Xbalanque here is because Eonic played Xbalanque, and they just want to keep...
Right, they banned Freya, take Xbalanque. Now it puts the pressure on Eonic, because you mentioned those are his two.
Yeah.
Pick on the new player.
That's really everyone's two right now. I'd say those are the two most popular hunters currently.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see an Apollo ban here, because I know that's Eonic's favorite hunter, so... We'll see if they ban Apollo to even put more pressure onto him.
Hades banned away by TSN. That's a good ban there. The team fight from Eager would have been pretty much insurmountable had they been able to get that pick. It would have been basically down to TSN finding ganks. And Eager, yeah, I would say it seems likely it will go to the hunter role here and really, really force Eonic deep down in that god pool.
They're really targeting him right now.
And it makes sense. I mean, don't forget, Eonic is the most recent sort of role swap here. Previously the support player for Team Solo Mid. Jigz took that over. Snoopy moved over to the mid lane. So Eonic here, I mean, he's a great player in his own right, but has definitely more time spent under the support role.
Yeah, he's proven himself on gods like Freya and
Apollo,
but we haven't really seen him play much other gods than that. So we get to see what he gets to play.
So Osiris banned out here by Eager.
Yeah, that means they're going to draft healing. Or they're at least going to put the pressure onto TSM to deal with the fact that they can now draft a big healing comp.
Well, the thing with Osiris, too, I feel like you don't really pick him to stop healing. He is nice for that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he puts so much pressure on the solo lane, and that opens up things on the map, because he's definitely the biggest lane bully. Oh, my God, some Wukong made it this far
deep.
down. Yeah.
So, and I'm sure that's exactly what Team Sullivan said. Wait, he's still open? Let's pick him.
Well, what's really surprising there is that Eager banned Osiris over SWK. So what are they going to draft here that justifies that?
That's okay with dealing with Sun Wukong.
Well, yeah, much less dealing with. I mean, sure, there's plenty of things that can stall a lane versus Sun Wukong.
Sure.
Why are they banning Osiris? Like, what justifies the Osiris ban giving away Sun Wukong? Was that just a complete oversight potentially, or do you think that they do have a big plan here for bait? I mean, that had to have been a Sun Wukong bait, or it was a poor choice, I would say.
I feel like they have the Xbalanque lane. As you see, usually you don't want. They're not going to have pressure in that lane. They have Lassiz on the Poseidon. He's going to have pressure. But in solo lane, they really want the pressure. And having Osiris banned, they'll get that.
Oh, yeah.
That's who he's going to go for?
So Eager puts Eonic very deep into his god pool.
They need team fight. They got to make up team fight somehow.
Well, yeah, he's got a big team fight alt, and that's what supports are known for. So
that's basically all.
Yeah.
He's so supported heart.
Oh, we will see Anhur swap, possibly.
Anhur gives them
TSM thinking it over.
a whole heck of a lot of like between the Thor stun and the Anhur pillar. I mean, that's a lot of player deployables.
Thank you for the spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers.
We've got Anatoly the best and Kabam and DJ doing the wave. Fantastic.
Where's the ownership for this team? Where was the manager?
I think he's working cameras. We'll take a look over at Eager real quick. All the way down the line, we've got Lassiz, Daretocare,
PBM,
Zapman,
Kretz bald head, and then Omega. You can see him facing the other direction. Solo laners are shunned from the rest of the team.
Yep.
He's afraid to sit next to Zap.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Someone get yelled at.
Yeah. He's like, why'd you not pick Bologna again?
Yeah. Yeah, good question. I wanted to play Hell.
No,
Hell Odin. Yeah. I mean, you heard there was actually like an audible groan from most of the pro players here in the proximity when the Hell Odin was locked in that fast. They're pretty much like, well, I think that most of them thought that was GG, I would guess, based on the reactions that I saw, that was the nail in the coffin.
Jigz looks like he's in high spirits. That's good for TSM.
Yeah, happy Jigz is good Jigz.
Yeah.
Eonic getting eaten. There it is.
He's pinching his eye or his nose.
He's eating. He's getting eaten.
Here we go.
Game 0-0, of course, and it's 1-up for Eager. It's a best-of-3 situation. Eager up 1-0 versus Team Solomid. Got a couple of flavor picks, and Eonic going to be playing on that Anhur this time around. So Anhur was locked in to combat with the rest of the team of Eager. Hell, Odin, watch out.
So right before we get into the teams,
the
reason why we might have seen the Osiris ban instead of Sun Wukong ban against us when Odin caged Sun Wukong, it forces ult out. So maybe they like the Odin matchup against Sun Wukong, so that's probably why they banned the Osiris instead.
Did Lassiz just drop Whirlpool there?
Oh, that dodge.
Oh,
that was hot, dude.
That was cute. I like that.
Lassiz, I love you. He can't hear me. He can't hear me. He threw down the Whirlpool just for shenanigans and then dodged the Unstable Vortex. I'd say let's call it here.
Game.
GG.
I don't think so.
No?
No. I want to see some smite.
One hot dodge? Not enough? For Aurora, Stickler. Stickler for good smite.
Hot dodge, hot dog. PolarBearMike.
Oh.
In the back.
Hot dog, huh?
What about him?
I don't know, just tasty. Is it a sandwich? Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh.
The age-old debate.
Is it an open-face sandwich?
No, it's not open face. It's a sandwich. It's a bun with meat in the center.
Well, would you call a gyro a sandwich?
A gyro, you
a
mean?
gyro, you mean?
Gyro, yes. Okay, good.
Gyro.
Thank you. No,
gyro,
but you know how many
gyro.
times you actually say correct and you get looked at funny? Either way.
0, because I never say gyro.
Well, excuse you. Excuse
Bars.
you.
Is that a sandwich? Yes,
I mean,
it is.
Is it? Yes?
Yes, it is.
If that qualifies as a sandwich.
Because if you go to like a Lebanese restaurant and order like falafel,
yes,
they will give you a plate of falafel. You have to order a falafel sandwich, which is a wrap.
Same thing, by the
with
way.
shawarma as well.
If you go to 5036, you get the platter or the sandwich.
Yes, that's true.
Up in a peanut.
Halal bros.
So we do see
guys, whatever they are.
We gotta go.
All right, fine, go.
We do see a red pot Odin. Could we see the soul laners? I want to see if they picked up purple pot. It looks like Hell
Not
did
quite.
pick up one.
No, I don't think so. But she must have. She only has Vamp.
Yeah, I think she did.
Yeah, she does. Look,
Yeah.
Kevin's like, oh, yeah, see them look a little tiny.
Yeah.
Bitty top to the
So Odin and Hell both have purple buff, so they are going to try to push their advantage early. And Hell with purple buff does beat some Wukong in lane.
Right, yeah. So, okay, yeah, this is actually something we should actually go over this because in game one, we were when you guys drafted the Athena and Sun Wukong, we were saying, man, I can't believe they didn't put Sun Wukong against Hell. That's such a good matchup for Sun Wukong. And Snoopy was like, yeah, I totally agree. And then we talked to you after the game, and you kind of indicated that it actually wasn't that how it played out in scrim. So can you elaborate a little bit more on the Sun Wukong Hell matchup and why Hell actually does win it?
Yeah, it's just Hell can heal the wave, and we might have a gank here, actually.
Here's the big problem, though.
Very early on, in comes Thor, and it doesn't matter if you can heal.
I gotta tell you, that's why Dagarz is probably the best Thor player in the world right there, right? Like, Mjolnir's a 2-minute in for positioning, right? More so than damage. Also,
damage came with it, but
right. Well, actually only hit one side of the hammer, and a lot of the times what you'll see is as teleport's now forced out for the Hell.
And she lost her purple pot. That's huge. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, 750 in the drain there. But basically, right, so often you'll see players take like a rank 1 stun instead of the rank 2 Mjolnirs and Berserker Barrage there, right? But instead of going for the stun into hammer combo, it just hammers in, does the damage, and gets back out really, really cleanly. And it's just basically those small decisions, right, are what really adds up to a dominant performance.
But yeah, the thing with Hell, if you can gank her early and get her behind, Sun Wukong does have a really good matchup. So that was great awareness by Dagarz to gank her, and that's what you need to do to get Hell behind.
Is it the purple pot that really shifts the balance of that lane?
Yeah, so with purple pot, you could full clear the wave at level 2, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, you can't full clear
You'll have a big minion
but
left.
you can clear the archers, and then you could also heal Wukong's, because the thing with Wukong is, with Bluestone, it ticks to finish the wave off, so you could heal it before the wave goes down, so the minions stay.
that's really the key right there, is the ability to sort of zero out the Bluestone pendant. Dagarz fighting there a little bit here in the back.
Okay, let's go. He said, let's fight.
All right.
This is Daddy and Son.
Oh, Dagarz able to get out of there after the Kraken hits, but he will survive. He'll land up in the back.
That was, just Lassiz prioritized clearing the wave there over looking for the kill, more or less. I mean, it was.
I think it was fine. I think he got there as fast as he possibly could.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it was the wrong decision. Just that was what happened.
Yeah, I think the problem there was that Dare ulted him. I don't think Lassiz should have ulted there because it really just telegraphed that they wanted to go on him and he would just ult out. So it was just good play by Dagarz. He just made the right play. And I think Eager got a little too trigger happy there.
Eager, they're going to fast clear this wave here and probably put some pressure onto the blue buff on the right side. You can see Thor shading that way, as is Athena.
Divios.
TSM not willing to give this one up. Divios,
Athena
ultimate, onto the Sun Wukong ultimate.
Ooh.
Bye-bye, Omega, erased. And TSM handling the Hell much better than Cognitive Gaming.
The rotation was made by Lassiz a little bit, but as he saw what happened, just went right back to lane. Knew he wasn't going to be able to take on 4 different people by himself.
Well, Eager does lead this best-of-3 matchup, 1-0. Daretocare wants to seal away the buff.
This is really risky.
Clever. Clever stuff out of Snoopy there as well. Good use of game mechanics. Banishes the minion to guarantee
Smart
the
by
kill.
Eager to take something off the map after they get invaded on the right side. They just go back and take something off the left side. Really good play. And it also puts Eonic behind and Zap ahead, so
Yeah,
maybe they're pushing that.
We usually see the result of the heavy-handedness on the solo lane in the way of gold fury, but a 4 minutes probably a little bit too soon to go for that large objective. So just a smaller objective, both the mid camps and the purple buff.
Yeah, so Hell's building into this best play. Oh, right here, she's going to
Bye-bye.
go down again. Oh!
No, the ring.
Omega
Expertly
able to
placed by
get out.
Daretocare. He'll leap out as well.
Yeah, very nice. But going back to what I was trying to say before is she's going the breastplate. She doesn't really have movement speed, so if Thor ever dunks on top of her in the middle of the wave, she's not going to be able to get away. Even if she has
All you're
armor.
really getting at here is that when you mentioned if you can keep Hell down in the early game, it's really hard for her to recover. This is it, right? Because now it's like I can't afford to buy boots because I have to have some kind of just defensive capabilities.
Or they'll dive me.
Or they're going to dive me over and over again. But now I don't have boots, so they're going to dive me over and over
Right
again.
here, just like I said.
One more time.
And there it is. I mean, and
Dagarz.
that's just the name of the game here with Hell. You get Hell below or behind early. She's got to build something janky, like an offensive item. There's no real good option for some kind of tanky boots for her, right? Reinforce aren't going to do anything.
And this has always been the story with Hell. I mean, for a long time now, as Daretocare gets pressed on in his own jungle by, well, the entirety of Team Solo Mid. But this has always been the story of Hell, and I think, I mean, she rose to prominence a little bit in Europe before the healing meta. But Hell has always, if you ask anybody, Hell has always been a good god. The asterisk on that, of course, is if you make it out alive of the early game.
Yeah.
And for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, Hell was picked, and people just weren't punishing her early because it's been a long time since she's been prominent. And now she's back. We're seeing a lot of Hell, and this is exactly Team Solo Mid this is the textbook answer to Hell. You just make sure every time she comes to lane, you deal with it.
Is that man foul? No, he's fine.
Using Eonic's own pillar against him.
Yeah, I think Eonic showing a little bit of his newness to the role there. I mean, positioning-wise, that was pretty meh.
No, I think that was fine. He got him to the wall.
I think he had 2 more in hands there.
Poke. I don't know. He wasn't going to kill him, so I think
No,
it was fine.
that's true. Fair enough. Fine.
You giving Eonic a hard time
Got to, man.
for just impaling him. I don't know.
I mean, he missed the in-hands.
Yeah.
He didn't position himself well enough to get the follow-up. I mean, he had...
It wasn't going to result in a kill, though.
Minion wave wasn't there really either. It was actually coming in on Zapman's side. Fine. It could be nice to Eonic. He's handsome. He's good at Smite.
Sure. I mean, yes, he's good at Smite.
It's been an amazing transition from support to Hunter. It seems seamless for the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty smooth. There is more learning on there than I think Eager's been largely plug and play.
Wait. Oh, just off the mark was Daretocare.
So I think the communication there was Lassiz had his whirlpool to stop it. And
The blind snipe, by the way. Xbalanque ultimate was being channeled. Doesn't mind. Snoopy's down to play with a blindfold. Hits the ultimate through the dark.
Wait, did we just say Snoopy and Snipe?
Yeah.
Is it Rama? No, it's Janus.
We saw week 5 as well in the solo lane. Snoopy was in mid.
It's like the first game he played in mid.
Yeah, like across the world.
Oh, here we go. We got an initiation here. Garz forced to bail. Oh, Kraken's on the marks and at least knock Jigz up. They should be able to basically disengage here to TSM. I don't think they have much follow-up from the Kraken. A huge difference from last game.
Very big turnaround. Eager 0-4 at the moment. Team Solo Mid really have this game by the horns, and it's not even 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I feel like the thing when you look at Eager's comp, they really went all in like on the right side of the map for the early game, and they're losing the early game right now. So that's a huge advantage for TSM. I feel like the gold's only 3K, but I actually feel like TSM's lead is bigger than it looks.
Yeah, closer to 4 or 5, right? With the blue pot teleport forced out super early out of the hell.
And also, the thing that we need to look at for this game is Eager's dual lane. They have Gab and Xbalanque. Xbalanque does a ton of damage because he has 2 steroids of power in his 1 and his passive. And we also have Gab, and Gab does the most damage out of any Guardian late game, even more than Ares.
Really?
Yeah.
Percentage-based.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that ultimate, the ultimate.
Just a circular percentage-based ult with a big AoE shockwave. Ares does more early on in mid-game, but once it gets to late game, it's all Gab.
Do you think Lassiz is playing better because he had that cocktail in between games?
Oh, man.
You were once part of that team.
I was.
Little liquid courage.
Not for me.
I'm getting a no. I'm looking at Aurora's face. I'm getting a solid no comment.
Yeah, he's like, I do not want to touch that one. Here we go. Initiation onto Eonic. It's Athena ultimate on her leap. Worth. You'll trade Geb ultimate for Athena ultimate, I would say, most of the time, because then that really limits TSM's ability to spread the map, which is really what they want to do with Thor, Janus, Athena.
I think right now what they're trying to do is poke anybody on TSM out to get this Gold Fury, because this is their main way to get back into this game. If TSM's able to lock down this next Gold Fury, I feel like they put themselves in a really, really good chance to win this game.
Well, guys, if you are just joining us here, we're approaching the 10-minute mark in TSM versus Eager game number 2. This is the third and final set for today. Tomorrow, we will see the winner of this game go up against the set tomorrow is AFK versus Cloud9. Winner of this versus winner of that is going to be the final. So a best of 3 and a best of 5 still coming your way tomorrow. And this could very well be the last game of the day, although it's trending like we're going to see a game 3 for now.
At the moment, it certainly looks that way. Eager was very dominant in game number 1, and Team Solo Mid turning things around completely. Snoopy throws ultimate over. Nobody really quite sure who was getting aggressed on with that Xbalanque ultimate.
Oh, it
but
was
all
Eonic
for the one-on-one. Eonic goes down with help from Daretocare. Zapman gets credit.
It wasn't a one-on-one. Dare was there with the cage. So good play by Dare, good gank.
And the first damage stack for Xbalanque.
Yeah, and I think the reason why Snoopy ulted there is that he saw Poseidon coming, and if he got stuck in a whirlpool, he wasn't going to be able to portal himself out, so he just wanted to get out and make sure he was safe.
No, I think it was fine. I mean, he was like proxy farming between the tier 1 and the tier 2 anyway. I mean, he wasn't going to get much done after that wave was dead.
So Gold Fury's still up. Poseidon is going back to mid right now. It looks like Eager just bought. A lot of them backed. This could be a pretty good fight. Zap did pick up his first passive sack. They have all their actives up. The three actives that they do have. They have beads on Odin and the Aegis and beads on Xbalanque.
Well, look at this. Like, look at the level of distribution between the two teams. Eager is really focused on the outside lane, like basically all the solo laners.
Right.
Their interior jungler and guardian a little bit far behind. We're back over on TSM. It's a really even distribution, more or less, with Janus just now dinging 13.
Meanwhile, the mid lane, Lassiz, as you said, 12. No deaths, though, which is a good look for him.
Big trouble.
Why do you have to do that to him, Tom?
Dagarz gets credit for the kill on the Lassiz.
Why you got to do that?
Caster's Curse.
Caster Curse. Oh, PolarBearMike in a lot of trouble. Nice play there by Eonic. Pillar.
Nowhere to go. He can't move.
Oh, no. Okay. I'm going to say, they kind of let him off the hook there, but Dagarz cleans it up. Another kill.
Dagarz is not like this. Not this time.
Yeah. Never again.
They almost had him completely surrounded, just like Bastet cats do.
If Eager can somehow manage to not give up too much more here, they are getting some really quality farm. Now Daretocare goes down to his tier 1.
I don't think Dare realized all 5 players were there because he actually jumped aggressively. So
it was an okay kind of set of circumstances there for Eager, right? Had they held that tier 1 and maybe not lost Lassiz as well, like giving up like PolarBearMike and even Daretocare is fine because Hell is getting a lot of recovery farm here, which is absolutely just so necessary. I mean, she's not a damage dealer. She has to go basically into a full support build, max CDR into what is probably going to be either some kind of healing, anti-healing, support-based item, heavenly agility, something like that. Probably the next thing to come out.
But yeah,
and they give her a chance to recover.
Yeah,
recover.
They're going to really need Hell in the late game to actually pull this victory out. Like I said earlier, we're looking at Zapman to pretty much win them the game, and Hell and get to support him. So
how good is Hell in the late game? So like, I mean, putting it in context of like, well, out of any other mage, how high does Hell rank up at the 35 minutes plus?
She's pretty good. It really depends on how much divers they have, like Sun Wukong.
So how well they can get to the back line
Thors,
versus you.
Janus's. So TSM actually and Athena, Anhur, they have technically 5 gods that can dive and jump on Hell. So against this team, Hell is probably not going to be as good as she could be, but the fact that she can sustain makes her very strong. So if TSM can't find a burst kill onto Eager, they could just sustain up and they could keep fighting over and over again. And that's kind of what you saw when we played against them earlier.
Yeah, it's that re-engage that really makes Hell very strong. Guan Yu tends to really be very strong when it comes to extended engagements and just keeping the ball rolling. Hell allows you to fight, back off, heal up, go back in.
So Eager knows they haven't pulled this yet because they have the ward right there. They just sentry now, and Eonic's pulling it.
Anti-healing has started from TSM here.
Yeah.
Pestilence and Weakening, but it's only it's basically only Divios.
Gold Fury already half down to the zone control by Team Solar Mid.
NBD.
Big trouble.
NBD. This is free. Yeah, TSM takes Gold Fury.
That's that.
Number 1 of the game.
Oh, they got Divios' ult. That's pretty good for Eager, but Gold Fury is definitely worth a Sun Wukong ult.
I think it was even like, I don't think he really needed to use it there. I think he walks out if he really wants to.
Well, what probably happened was his transformations got interrupted, and he felt like if he was there any longer, he could have got
no
locked
reason
down.
to die, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because when you get an objective in Smite and you don't want to fight, you just want to get out of there as fast as possible. Even if you're using extra ults or heavenlies, like as long as you get out, it's good because if your ults are down, it's fine because there's no objective anymore to take, so you don't really need him. So he could just wait another 100 seconds and he'll be right back up.
Yeah, it's very easy. It's comparatively in this game, it seems to re-engage.
Gar's up.
Gar's going up. This is the big
looking at Zap.
Backbait by Eonic.
Double combo.
Nicely played. They'll take down PolarBearMike. Way too much.
Great stun.
Maybe just enough, in fact, for PolarBearMike.
And Zapman not being very...
No.
Not playing
You saw that too.
Yeah, I did. The dream. The dream is not real, unfortunately.
You always hear casters and players talk about how aggressive Zapman is. He got ganked by 3 people and didn't move. His support got all sorts of beat up, and Zapman just kept dealing out autos. And right here, he's looking to play even more aggressively as Daretocare goes underneath the tower for a little bit. But with Divios rotating in here via teleport, not going to be able to make the transition.
Yeah, Omega's teleport isn't up, so Eager's definitely going to back up here. He definitely called that. Janus is in mid. He could ult over if he wanted to. He's going to right.
No, he tried to snipe.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's the one snipe we watched. So, yeah, Eager backed up. They just probably feel like they're still weaker because they are down by 4K. So
it's going to be a Sleepius from Omega. So, yeah, we're pretty much spot on there. It's going to be max CDR into even more support items.
Yeah. we'll probably see a Heavenly as well, because how healing works in this game is that it's additive. So
hey, I love this one.
yeah, so Weakening Curse reduces healing by 65% now instead of 100. So if you have a Sleepiest, could you scroll over a Sleepiest? Oh, he doesn't have it yet.
I think 15% bonus healing?
Is it 15? He doesn't have it yet, actually.
I think it's the same as Heavenly. So I think it's 15. Or 10,
no,
10 is Heavenly.
Heavenly is 25% healing. Yeah.
It will
5 now?
Or 20%.
It'll be 15% healing.
It is 15 as
10%
Sleepiest?
movement speed. Yep.
Okay. So it'll be a total. Anyway, what you're getting at is it's a total of 40.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's 40. Yeah, no, it's 30 with Heavenly and its Sleepiest against
basically what
the
happens
hell is going on here?
Basically what happens is a lot
yeah, we're probably confusing everything.
A lot of healing will be stopped by the Weakening Curse, but by stacking items that give augmented healing, you can sort of balance it out and say, all right, you got your Weakening, well, I've got this item that gives me extra healing, I've got Heavenly Agility that will give me extra healing, and it's all balanced out. I can do whatever I want.
The point is that it just subtracts from the total. If it's 50% anti-heal and you have plus 50% heal, it equals out to no change in the healing.
Yeah, zeroes it out, exactly. So no big swing as long as you itemize correctly. Omega just barely misses the hit from Snoopy.
How did Thor get through? Oh, Xbalanque ultimate was fired off there at the end of that pipe. But they just drop ship this tier 1 tower on the right side. They want to make hell really unsafe here. Omega, they're going to force out the Geb shield onto her. Daretocare going to try to re-engage. Jigz takes a fair amount of damage here.
Divios on the tower.
Is it enough? Yes. Omega moves forward. Gets the ult, but Divios, as you mentioned, he takes the tower.
Lassiz still has Kraken.
Running away. About 50% HP. Drops the Whirlpool. Defensively, Divios forced up into the sky. Here comes Eonic with the long rotate. Xbalanque just a couple of steps behind. Zapman will meet Divios in the corner. Missed a couple of basics. Here's Daretocare as well. And a good knock.
I hate that spell.
From Divios is good.
So hard to deal with. Knock up.
Not strong enough.
Okay. Kraken notably still available.
Yeah, very good to hold it by Lassiz there. There was no point that he could actually use it because some Wukong ulted the one time he dove onto him. So he was trying to bait the Kraken out there. And then during the team fight, he really couldn't Kraken either because they didn't want to put too much into Jigz, and they still got him without it anyways.
So Team Solomid dropships over to the right side and takes up the tier 1 tower. And Eager takes a kill. And then goes directly to the mid and responds with another tower.
The biggest thing there was when they all went through the portal, Darkest of Nights, Xbalanque's ultimate was up, and they all got stunned as soon as they went through that portal. And that's what disengaged the fight for Eager mainly, and then they just re-engaged right after that. So just really good ultimate by Zap there, and it totally, countered the
here we go. You have Anhur, Eonic, really, really deep on the right side here. Spotted by a ward as well, and he got
trolled.
Got trolled by Snoopy. Wrecked. Actually, a little bit surprised. So Zapman actually backs there. A little bit surprised to see him not actually pressure. I guess just not enough information there for Eager to feel safe.
Well, it's just...
hey, there it is. 15%.
Oh, yeah, 15 and then 10% movement speed. But the reason why I didn't really want to pressure there is they have Janus, and you could just Janus portal anybody out. So it's very hard to lock down kills against a Janus. And also, Gold Fury's coming up. They all want to be alive for that.
No, sorry. Zapman didn't pressure the tier 1 tower on the left side, knowing that Anhur was deep in the jungle.
Okay.
He actually backs and goes for rank 1 crit, I think, to set up for the Gold Fury.
Yeah, like I was saying, the Gold Fury.
Yeah, and well, it ended up being right what you were saying, Aurora, as it often is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Gold Fury, number 2, this time going back to Eager, so it's split now, 1-1. Eager down in kills. TSM, but there's been some good fights so far, I'd say. Eager on the up and up. And they're getting closer and closer to that fully online position for Xbalanque. I'd say Executioner plus Rageblade is pretty much where he starts to significantly outpace the Anhur.
Yeah, and 2,000 gold, really, I mean, the leads are all relative, right? 2,000 gold in the early game means much different. I mean, we're 19.5 in here. So 2,000 gold is still a lead. You claim that lead, you talk about that lead, but by no means is Eager sort of out of it. They don't have to pull a crazy play to get back into it. One good
looks like they want to fight Daretocare here. They've got him isolated. Kraken, it's going to hit 2.
There's the Aegis.
Force the Aegis out of 1 there, and Dagarz as well. But that should force the disengage from TSM. Eager got to be pretty happy with the way that one went, actually.
Yeah, that Kraken there by Lassiz was pretty good. Just forcing them off the tower. I think Eager wasn't sure if they were going to push in or not there, and I think they're pretty happy with just getting out there without them pushing into the tower. Eager's made a great comeback, and I think it's all due to Omega's play. After getting killed, losing the purple pot, and buying the teleport 1, he's right there with gold and Divios. He's actually ahead of him by 300. That's crazy.
And that may come down to this big push down the left side and into the enemy jungle that TSM has made. Freed up a ton of space for Omega to just farm up quickly.
Yeah, you were saying that a lot earlier. Just like Divios was rotating left a lot, and he just Hell just got a bunch of free waves, and that's
well, they just didn't get enough out of it, right? They didn't get a kill on Xbalanque yet.
Exactly.
Sure, they picked off Gab a couple times. But and the other thing was that Kraken there was really important actually because Heartward wasn't done yet. But the fight breaking out here, slowed, popped. Snoopy's going to Aegis that. That sets up a good opportunity for Lassiz here in the next fight. Oh. Jigz.
Well, he gets credit for that one. PolarBearMike still looking at Divios, not able to really follow up. Jigz and Dagarz fall back a little bit.
We saw what happened there, right?
That's just
unfortunate.
That's just a hard moment sometimes. Like, it's the same thing when you've asked to kill from one of your carriers. It's just awkward.
What happened was there, Janus put up a portal to go through, and it actually took Jigz instead, closing the portal and leaving old Snoopy out to die there. Dagarz getting aggressed in his own jungle. Daretocare going to try to make something out of nothing here. He slows him down. Bird Bomb should be enough to finish him off. Dagarz, bye-bye.
There it is.
That's a Thor down. And now, backside rotation from Daretocare. Zapman there as well. Eonic doesn't see him yet. He takes half his HP before he turns around. Divios ultimate was used to dodge the Kraken there. Lassiz in a bit of trouble, but the front line is protecting him up so well. He's going to move in. Omega will heal him up, and they should be able to find Divios here. They can get him out of bird form. No, Daretocare. I thought maybe he was going to bird bomb right on top of him. Eonic's dead. One shot. Yeah. Dunk.
3 in a row for the jungler on the side of Eager, and what looked to be a strong lead by Team Solo Mid is going to be tied up after this tower falls down. But here comes Snoopy from the backside. Just going to be a little cheeky throw on an unstable vortex. Eager quickly takes a 1,000 gold lead.
He really, really oh, he gets the threshold on the 2. Ton of damage. Snoopy, he'll pour through. Does he have beats 3? Does he have beats 3? I don't think he does. To reset cooldowns here.
Nope, not quite.
They should get Daretocare. You can never tell what Geb should. Hey, check out Dagarz. Daretocare. Dare to leap. Snoopy's in position. No unstable vortex. Yes, there it is.
There it is. Snoopy gets credit. PolarBearMike.
Will this ever end?
So yeah, like what you just said now is TSM is playing into Eager's hands. Like, Eager wants these fights to go long. Like, the longer it goes, the better for Eager. Hell heal after hell heal is just going to keep them all alive.
The Divios' ult is down.
That's trouble.
Is there a blink?
No, but Snoopy's there, able to provide some help.
He's going to threshold him out, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just missing, like, one cooldown there was Eager to pick up some Wukong. And I guess, like, every time you kill some Wukong, you feel real good about
Whoops,
it.
he missed the blue buff.
PolarBearMike caught out
nice
just a little
combo.
bit. One stun into his second. PolarBearMike got nowhere to go, and with that damage, he's going to fall as well. Eonic is going to barely miss the Kraken.
Snoopy, great placement there on that ultimate. Bails out the teammates. No Kraken. And they'll be able to pour through and aggress right into the tier 2 or at least cut off this rotation. Oh, yes, the positioning from Eonic goes all the way through, finds the pin. But there's just so much movement speed and disengage, and now Daretocare's moved back in, and this is where hell starts to shine.
Zap's almost full health.
Dare gets the slow.
Calls
Still looking at more. Dagarz all by himself. Great Aegis. That's what we were looking for before. And Lassiz finishes off with a whirlpool. Eonic pushing on, but so is Daretocare. Divios up in the air on that ultimate. Eager have to fall back. Omega able to provide some triage, but it's just not enough this fast at the moment.
One thing that we haven't really touched on too much this game. Let's hold and see how Zapman deals with this. There's the Darkest of Nights. There's the slow. Eonic should be very, very dead here. And yep. Ding. There he goes. Last is credited for the kill there. Taken away from Xbalanque, unfortunately, for Eager. But one thing we haven't touched on too much here is, like, actually killing this Odin is very, very difficult. Nearly impossible, right? You have Bird Bomb, right? That's giving you temporary HP. You have Geb Shield giving you temporary HP. You have Hell Cleanse, so you can't lock him down. You have Hell Heal giving him real HP back, right? You're talking about an Odin that actually has about 1,000 more HP than
Fire very low. Here comes Jigz and Snoopy.
Don't get knocked up.
They can definitely take this away. Snoopy looking for the opportunity. Unstable Vortex. Nobody is going to leave.
500, 200.
200. Eager gets it for themselves, and now Snoopy in a little bit of trouble.
This could be
Divios gets stunned down. Snoopy, he portals himself, but Dare is waiting right underneath the banish, and the mid laner for Team Solo Mid falls.
Had that Kraken hit 2, probably ends the game there. It breaks the base, and then they just kind of whittle him down over time with the Fire Giant buff. But actually, pretty big there that only Snoopy dies.
Can we see Golden Hand right now? I want to see how much Eager has. Yeah, they have a lot right now, but I still think they're going to continue to push this. Hell has a blue buff and Fire Giant. I'm curious to see if they're going to back up.
It's going to be Gem of Isolation plus probably a staff here out of Hell.
I'd say an E-Staff. Usually you want to see
definitely E-Staff.
Oh, the E-Staff Hell for sure,
yeah.
and then probably Gem out of Poseidon, I'd say.
Yeah. Smart play by Dagarz. He should be able to get this. He has a lot of pen.
Really paid for it, though. That's
crippled
out. No, he wasn't crippled out. That was he just missed the hammer straight up.
He
beads. He threw it in beads and just didn't throw it in the right position.
Wow.
And maybe it was the beads activation a little bit late for that one little pixel of the hammer was out of the wall.
Yep.
But a misplay by Dagarz there. They lose the jungler, and they open up the Gold Fury in a big way for Eager. And this has been a huge swing now with the Fire Giant, plus the fight, plus now the Gold Fury.
Yeah, look at this graph right here, Paul. I mean, we've had Team Solo Mid ran this game by themselves up until 20 minutes.
3K gold on Lassiz here.
Yeah, 20 minutes all the way up until that point, and then all of a sudden Eager turns it around just like that.
And instead of finishing off the gem, he'll just take the extra HP and finish off the Tahuti with the 3,000 gold. Makes sense. And I mean, Poseidon, he's a big problem now. I mean, let's take a look. Actually, can we ride along with Poseidon for the moment? 406 magical power out of the Fire Giant buff, plus the Tahuti now finished on top of. Basically, he doesn't have damage items yet, which is really kind of scary, right? He's got a Spear of the Magus and Pen Boots. I mean, those are obviously there's damage on these items, but these aren't Book of Thoth. These aren't huge magical damage items.
And one of the things that you mentioned earlier, Bart, was that, you know, Poseidon sort of comes in and out of the meta as players like to respect and not respect the Aegis and the Kraken damage. And you touched upon it earlier, either earlier this game or in the first game. Lassiz is coming out with these Krakens, but the Whirlpools have been so important, not just in that first game, but here as well.
Yeah, and TSM, I mean, they have 2 Pestilence. They have the Mail Renewal. They're like building, and this is a really an interesting catch-22 as the teams are learning to deal with it more and more. Is like, they've invested so heavily into the anti-heal and kind of their own sustain, but it still just doesn't measure up to never being able to kill Odin.
Right.
Was it worth it? Should they not have just gone for something else? Is there anything else to go for? And I think that's something that teams are really struggling with, figuring out what the best option is against these heal comps.
Really great play by Omega. He stopped all their backs right there while Eager's pushing into their base right now. Odin and Omega are just trying to stall. They got Hell and Odin.
Can they keep them all
they
from
have
back?
So many people on the Titan. Omega is able to. Omega and Daretocare just control this.
They take
That's
it.
a game.
Wow.
Game. The control is good enough.
Wow. Look at that. So, yeah, Omega able to prevent them from backing, and TSM will fall ultimately to Eager.
That's an interesting way to win. I mean, so many games you just won like big team fight, dead, let's go. This was just control, pure control by Daretocare and Omega, absolutely making it happen.
Yeah, perfect thing.
Saw Omega there, shout out to him. Hey, what up, Fats?
But the thing about this game was that Zap stayed in the game the entire time, and that's what kept them in it.
What do you mean he didn't DC?
Well, yeah. All right. But no, he stayed positive. He was Xbalanque, and as soon as they made it to late game, they were just able to win off that.
Yeah, it really, the Xbalanque, sure. I mean, the biggest probably contribution he had was like the damage you put on the Titan in that last engagement, right? Like he was the reason that worked. All things told, that was a Daretocare Lassiz game.
Yeah, I feel like
Omega recovery. I think you were right on Omega. Like had Omega not recovered, that thing falls apart right away.
Yeah. Well, no, I feel like if Zapman was out of the game, they would have not won that game at all. He was the one who kept his team in the game. The Xbalanque ults were amazing. The one when they all dove in to the right tower on the tier 2, that was just perfect.
Yeah, a lot of that. I mean, Eager is a team that has always performed well at LAN, and we're taking a look at how well they're doing. And I mean, this is sort of a return to form. I think we're seeing them perform better on LAN than they do online.
Well, let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
Exactly. We're going to talk to Lassiz right about now and see how they feel about it. Fats! Talk to them.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, I'm here with everybody's favorite player, Mr. Lassiz himself of Team Eager. Lassiz, how you feeling right now?
I'm going to Disney World!
You haven't even won the tournament yet.
As long as us or AFK win, it's a win in my heart.
Okay, that's good enough. I mean, you guys are scrim partners, so it makes sense for you to be rooting for each other. Tomorrow we have Cloud9 versus AFK. You hoping your boys take it?
Shoot. Can you repeat that?
Do you want AFK to beat Cloud9?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I love my AFK guys. And I don't want Incon to beat me up, honestly.
Well, Incon is pretty tough. He is coming for your title in the big boys of Smite. But how was the last game for you? I mean, I saw the explosion at the end right there, Omega especially. But how do you feel?
I would feel great. We knew Omega was going to be camped, and we just tried to make it to the end game, man, and very confident.
That's good news. That's good news coming out of you guys. Listen, I have one thing to say to you. I like your beard.
Thank you very much, man. I like your face.
See, everybody knows I'm cute, man. Y'all gonna do. Oh my goodness. So in case you guys don't know, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, we are gonna be right back here with AFK versus Cloud9, and after that, the winner of that match gets to face up against Lassiz and his boys from Team Eager. You ready for tomorrow, man?
Yes, sir. Born ready.
All right. Thank you all for watching. Where am I throwing this? throw the show, it says. All right, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I'm Fats. That's Lassiz. And we had a bunch of casters today, too. Shout out to Aurora for helping out. Shout out to Snoopy as well for helping out. Shout out to all the players who played today. And, Lassiz, you have anything else to say?
Shout out to my dad, man. He's awesome.
All right, shout out to Lassiz' dad, and shout out to Polar Bear Peckies. That's what Adonis wants me to say, so I'll hook him up with that one. Polar Bear's right behind us, too. Anyway, you guys have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific. Peace.